Morning. Morning.
Morning, Lou.
Where's the assignment sheet?
Hume's been looking for you.
What for?
Well, he had that look he gets when you know who has his butt on her griddle.
Lou, where are you been?
On a bus, where I am every morning about this time.
I thought we agreed to keep this Cardell thing under wraps.
It is under wraps.
Not anymore. Why did you bring that fool story up to me? And why do I ever listen to you? Well, come on. She's waiting.
Who's waiting?
Our boss, the publisher, Mrs. Pynchon.
Oh, her.
I want to know why the entire composing room knew about this attempted hoax before I did. It's lucky I didn't read about it in the Times.
Miss Pynchon, we haven't been hoaxed into print. I don't know how the composing room found out, but I'll get to the bottom of it.
We don't know that it is a hoax yet.
I don't want promises and excuses. I want to be told when the credibility of the Trib is being thrown up for grabs. And I won't have that integrity jeopardized by some old con artist you once knew in Chicago.
I don't want to sell him short. We've got two questions, and the only way Riley can answer them is if he knows Cardell.
And if he does?
Well, then I think that we have to go with him.
I'd like to go on record as wanting to drop the whole thing right now.
Yes, there would be an enormous relief by just dropping it. And again, I mean, you can't help wonder what it would be like if we could find Luther Cardell.
There's always an element of risk, Mrs. Pynchon.
When is your friend supposed to contact Cardell again?
Well, he's not exactly my friend. He's supposed to hear from a guy named Monty this morning. Look, Mrs. Pynchon, he's really not a close friend. You understand? I mean, it's a crapshoot either way.
It's a colorful way to put it, Mr. Grant.
It's also a bit unrealistic to believe Cardell would walk away from his family without a word.
Oh, don't be too sure of that. No, from what I've heard, the Cardells haven't slept in the same bed since General MacArthur was recalled. What do you think, Mr. Hume?
Well, I think Truman had no choice.
How about this, about the Cardell matter?
Cuba? Well, if everybody who didn't go to bed with his wife went to Cuba, Havana would be a livelier city. I would say that we'd be better off to put it off.
Until the Times printed it. If you believe your friend, let's follow it up.
Okay.
Oh, Mr. Hume, I understand all your reservations. It's just one thing that makes me feel we should go ahead. Mr. Grant's willing to stake his reputation on it.
Now, Mrs. Pynchon...
Thank you, gentlemen.
Now, the major problem, as I see it, is how to keep the story from getting out. How do we keep our red faces from showing?
It's bound to get out. I mean, we could use our influence, soften it a little, if you keep it from cutting too deep.
Listen, why try to bury it? Why keep it from getting out? I mean, why don't we admit what happened? Write the story ourselves.
Oh, that's crazy. I love your sense of humor, Lou.
Too much tropical sun. He'll be all right with rest.
No, I mean it. We'll write it, feature it, front page.
Feature what, Mr. Grant?
Well, what a nice surprise. I can't remember the last time that we had the honor of you at our news conference.
Well, I drop down every time I'm taken for $5,000. Gentlemen, you all look as if the principal had just caught you in the girls' locker room. Will you sit down? Oh, you just go on with what you were discussing. Just make believe I'm not here.
Would you like my chair?
I'm fine. You go on. I don't want to interrupt.
Now, let's see, where were we?
Well, you were
We were talking about some. What were we talking about?
we were saying maybe we could...
I was saying that we got snookered. Now, we shouldn't try to hide it. I was saying that we should write it,
Well, that's out of the question. Why would we want to do that?
because it's a good story.
Not for us, it isn't.
Would it be a good story if it happened to the Times?
It would be a great story if it happened to the Times. I wish it had happened to the Times,
And if it had, we'd print it.
with flags around it.
It's our story. It happened to us. We've got all the facts. Or would you rather see it in the Times?
Are you thinking of moving over there?
Are you thinking of sending me?
It's crossed my mind. But then I remembered what a good relationship I have with them.
Look, it's your paper. You'll do what you want with it. But I think it's the only way for us to go.
For heaven's sakes, Lou, haven't we stuck our necks out enough? Do we have to be complete idiots about this?
Not idiots, Charlie. Humans. And if you think we can recover our dignity by trying to hide the truth, then we haven't learned much the past few years.
Run your story, Mr. Grant. But at the Tribune, we insist on accuracy. Be sure you make yourself look like a complete ass.
Well, looks like you won another one.